Boyle, if you are over the age of 20, aiming more towards like the age of 40, 50, 60, and you are fat, that's a problem. If you are over 40 and you are fat, you're over 20% body fat, you need to fix this now. Let me put this in perspective for you. If you're a big fatty and you're 40, there's no amount of money that you can make that will extend your life. Being fat is shortening your lifespan, is making your life quality worse. It is reducing your life expectation, and now you're going and working, you're going to work and you're doing your job. But what are you getting out of it? A slightly better retirement? With the way things are going, they're probably going to push the retirement up another 5 years. So you get to 65, it's going to be 70. You're barely going to get a retirement. And at that age, as a fatty, I would be worried. I'd be like, yo, I probably only got 5 years left, let's be real. If you're lucky. That's not me trying to be a jackass. That's not trying to me be controversial. That's me being real with you. I'm being real with you. I'm saying, hey, you are fat. That is not good. That is not unacceptable. You got too many people around you. They're enabling fat behavior. You got too many people feeding you chocolate. Listen, I love chocolate. I fucking love chocolate. But there's a point where you got to look in the mirror, accept reality. Do not run from reality. We're in a world where people are constantly running from reality. Constantly watching TV, entering a new reality, watching a movie. Whoa, I'm a Disney character. Going online and accepting these leftist beliefs of, whoa, hey, I accept you however you are. I don't care that you're 300 pounds. You are like Rapunzel to me. Or if you're a dude, it's like, hey, boy, you slay. I don't know what the fuck to say, but basically, you get accepted, you get enabled. You get people say, hey, the people who are weird are the ones who are into fitness, who are working out, who are eating right. Because we get mocked. People who work out and who are trying to be athletic or are athletic, they get mocked. They're like, oh, you think your body is a temple, Oh, you can't put this in chocolate bar. You can't put this in your body because your body's a temple. They act like there's something wrong with their brain. But in reality, there is something wrong with your brain, the one who's acting like that. There is something wrong with you. That is not right. You are... What? You're taking the piss out of someone who is in prime condition, who is trying to become prime condition, who values their body that was given by God, by the way. If you believe in that, even if it's not given by God and you just happen to be born in this body, you can treat it however you want. You're disrespecting yourself by being fat. No one's going to tell you this because they're too big of pussies to accept reality. When you accept reality for what it is, you go, hey, you look in the mirror and you say, hey, I'm a fat piece of shit. I've taken the piss out of athletes and people trying to become athletic because I'm fat and I don't believe I can do it. Or I'm fat and I don't want to make it a priority. I'm fat and I value just doing what I want, man, and eating chocolate when I want, man. I'll eat as much chocolate as I want, man, because I just can. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's like fat people look at athletic people and like all they think is like, oh, he's a meathead. He's a meat. You go to the gym, he's such a meathead, like as if they're low IQ. When in reality, being fat overweight is low IQ. Athletes, sure, some go like extreme, you're taking steroids and blah blah blah. Now you're damaging your health. For the normal person who's just cycling, being generally athletic, watching what they eat, making sure they're not fat, like around 15% body fat, under, just being healthy. This person is way more intelligent than you as a fat person. This person is intelligent enough to look after his body. By doing so, you're automatically looking after your mind, both in a mental sense and in an energy sense, because when you're fueling your body with the right foods, you're demanding things of your body. Your body adapts. Your body automatically gives you more energy. You know, these fatties, they are guzzling the caffeine. I know, I've seen you wake up. First thing you think about is, yo, I need a brew. Why is that? Why is the first thing you think about in the morning coffee? Why? Like, you're fat, you don't do any exercise. You just get home, probably sit on the sofa, do some work, watch some TV. What have you done that requires the amount of energy you're putting in your mouth? Probably nothing. And you're tired when you wake up. You think you're burning that many mental calories going to work. Yeah, I don't think so. So let's say what the real deal is. Let's sit in reality. 1, you don't fuel yourself with the right foods. You are consuming too many seed oil slop foods. You're consuming too much low quality meat, oil. You probably got a high protein count, but you don't even work out, so what's the point? Then you don't exercise. There's so many things here. So how do you wake up? Okay, let's just go to that. How do you wake up with good energy? 1, you eat clean food. What is clean food? Clean food is anything that isn't super processed. Clean food is things like potatoes, potatoes, rice, carbs, potatoes. That's all energy. That's clean energy. Fruit. You don't get fat on fruit. If people say you get fat on fruit, yeah, show me one person who's ever got fat on fruit. And if you think you're gonna get fat because you eat too much fruit, you're still living in fantasy land, mate. Wake up. You need to eat lots of fruit. It is energy. It'll fill you up more and it'll give you more energy. You eat 4 bananas in the morning, boom, you got more energy. Next, we've demonized sugar. All sugar is energy. Energy, sugar is energy in its purest form. Your body uses this as fuel. It's like chucking wood on a fire. Now, obviously you're thinking diabetes, right? Diabetes. Fat causes diabetes. If you eat a high fat diet, you're probably diabetic already. But when you combine fat and sugar, that is like like chucking wood on a fire, but there's no chimney. Like the fumes are coming up and they're hitting the fat wall, which is no chimney. And it's coming inside the building, you're suffocating, boom, you got diabetes, you're dead. Yeah, is what it is. To avoid that, you need to cut the fat, mate. You need to cut the fat. The fat you eat is the fat you wear. Carbs are energy. Protein is a mass builder. It gives you more mass to hold weight, whether that's muscle or fat. So I've just given you the basics. Just from that, you should take it as much of a priority as you can, because money cannot buy you time, but lowering your body fat and getting fitter can. Now, if you're in your 20s, if you're approaching 30 and you're fat, like, shame on you. You should never, ever hit your prime as a man and be fat. Like, you're destroying your potential. You're gonna get older, like 40, and you're gonna look back and you're gonna be like, yo, when I was 27, I was fat as fuck. Like, oh, man, you're gonna hear stories like guys and they're super fit, they got photos on the beach and like they got like hot girls around them. And you're gonna be feeling like a loser, man. You didn't make the most of your God-given gift, your body. Shame on you. And you might as well start now. You might as well get ahead of the people who are 50, 40, 30, who are all behind. All behind, because you're going to have to catch up eventually. You're going to have to. Anyways, that's all for this video. I hope you liked it. Hit like, hit subscribe, comment down below. I know, let's all get fit together. Let's do it.